And
Correct.
you mention everything detailedly in book, and anyone, if any person, if they read the book, it changes their life, sir. And particularly we come to know that how we can develop the language. So everyone, we have a lot of misconceptions to develop the language, but a person, if they go through this book completely, it crash their misconceptions, and the person work on orientation. It changes their mindset. You mentioned 5 minute rule. So really, 5 minute rule helped in my life a lot, sir. When a reading of book 5 minutes, and it always gives satisfaction, inner satisfaction, and I get into deep reading. So initially I start with 5 minutes, but it get into deep reading, and even I implemented 5 minutes rule, speaking English with anyone. So initially, if I start with 5 minutes, but it continues for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, that I have implemented. So that is also one principle which I have changed a lot. And the title of the book, Don't Speak Perfect English. It's apt title, Don't Speak Perfect English. And since childhood, we taught in schools, in colleges, speak perfect English, write perfect English. Then we also in the same grew to maintain the same while speaking, use perfect sentences, use perfect grammar. So this book completely busted out all the myths what we have in our minds. Completely, whatever concepts you have penned down in the book. So first, the reading is so simple, and the concepts are so genuine. So which are very heart touching, and the concepts are very genuine, and we have many myths. To develop the English language, we need grammar, and we need to we need to improve whatever 100% perfection while speaking the language completely. It has crushed this. And one thing, I have seen this book first time without any English book, without any ready-made sentences. And we had seen many books. We have 21 English crash courses, and we have many books. So always when we open the book, we have lots of English grammar, active voice, passive voice. We have a lot of uh, s- ready-made sentences. But this book contains English, improve how to improve English, and this book always emphasize only on process orientation, and how we need to focus on English language, how we need to develop the habits to improve our language. But it even there's no single ready-made sentence which mentioned in the book. So I like that concept. And one more thing, as you mentioned, that the concept is, so to develop the language, we need to change lifestyle. So we need to change our lifestyle. So once we want to develop the language, we need to adopt the English language, and we need to adopt English speaking habits. So as you mentioned that when we have any problem, when we go to doctor, then he prescribes lots of things. We need to change medication. We need to change our diet. So in this way, we want to improve our language, then we have to change our habits.
This book is structured in such a fashion that after reading each chapter, you can relate, you can go to that related videos and see those videos. And in that way, your whole idea will be cementized. It will be cemented, consolidated in that fashion. Each chapter, it is started by a quotation. Each chapter, you have given a quotation, which is very good quotation and related to that chapter. This book is basically divided into 4 parts, and uh, I haven't seen any teacher has put so much emphasis on psychology aspects of English speaking. So, and major part of this book is about psychology aspects, and how, what is Anglophobia, why we fear English, because this is not our native language. So how to deal with this, and what is process oriented approach rather than a result oriented approach, and don't speak perfect English. Your top heading of this book is don't speak perfect English, and in a particular chapter you have elaborated on that particular thing, why we should not go for perfect speaking perfect English, and what is the mindset about that, why we should always crave for speaking perfect. in front of everybody. And that prevents us from speaking in, at the very start, we cannot start speaking. Another thing you have said, that comparing with others, that is, we always do while speaking English. We always start comparing with others, because when we start comparing with others, at that very point, we make that mistake, and we cannot progress if we start comparing with others. So what is flow state, and how to achieve those flow state, that you have mentioned. And not only that, the 5 mistakes a common English learner they normally do, that you have elaborately said, like studying grammar. In the first place, we always try to learn grammar, and then translation from mother tongue. When we try to speak English, we always try to translate it from our mother tongue. So that is one of the major mistakes we do.